Okay, let's talk about something that definitely did not get anybody mad. And that is Julia Garner getting cast as the Silver Surfer or a Silver Surfer in MCU's Fantastic Four movie coming out a couple years from, I guess now, a couple years from this year. So, yeah, that was the big news this week with the MCU, with Julia Garner getting cast as the female version of the Silver Surfer named Shallla-Bal. In the comics, she's a lover of Norrin Radd, who's the main Silver Surfer in the comics and in the movie, like the Fantastic Four Rise of Silver Surfer movie. You know, that trashy one. But yeah, we got Julia Garner, who is a great actress in Ozark, and I think this is great casting because she's great. She's great in Ozark. I've watched Ozark. I haven't seen her in anything else though, so I really can't judge her based on other performances, but based on what she did on Ozark, I thought she was great. Like, she won 3 Emmys. She won 3 Emmys for her performance in there. And yeah, I think she's going to be great for the role playing this Silver Surfer in the Fantastic Four movie. And I love that's going to be Julia's first big movie role. I'm sure she's had other movies. I think she has. She's probably been in smaller movies for sure. But yeah, this is going to be her first major movie role that's going to push her more into being a bigger name, and I think it's great because she is a great actress. But of course, with this news came the haters, of course, because yeah, anytime a woman gets put in a role like this, it's gonna get a lot of haters out here crying woke and all those things. So yeah, I was expecting it, and we got him. We got the neurotic or Tyrone Magnus out there crying, and yeah, I don't watch any of their content. I just see the thumbnails circulating around Twitter. So yeah, but that was definitely expected, and they're crying because they think there's a woman taking over a man's role, which is actually not. It's not a gender swap at all in this role, because it's a different character. It's Shallla-Bal, who is different character. As I said, she is like a lover of Norrin Radd. So we might see Norrin Radd in the movie, possibly. And there is a clue that we could see Norrin Radd Silver Surfer later, because Lakeith Stanfield commented on a post that I guess was putting out there that Julia Garner got casted as the Silver Surfer. And he posted something like, I thought that was mine, or I thought I got the role. And then he later took it down, which gets me thinking that maybe he did get cast and he just doesn't know about it. And I don't know, and maybe they're gonna save him for maybe later in the movie or later in the I guess MCU. So yeah, I think that's what we might get, because they're probably like, Lakeith, take that down because we're gonna cast you. So yeah, or maybe they told him he was cast, but then he didn't know Julia Garner got cast as this Silver Surfer. So yeah, that's what it could be. And also, I think this Fantastic Four movie may take place in another universe, because there's a poster that came out, or it's a piece of concept art that shows Johnny Storm flying through, but in the background there's a city that doesn't very much look like any city we have in, I guess, our normal world, or the normal world in the MCU, Earth, whatever. I forgot the number at this moment. So yeah, I think it'll take place in another universe, and Shallla-Bal will be the Silver Surfer in that universe. And then they'll make their way, the Fantastic Four, and probably Shallla-Bal too, will make their way into the main universe they focus on in the MCU. And yeah, that's where we may see Shallla-Bal meet Norrin Radd, and yeah, maybe they fall in love or something like that, like they did in the comics. But yeah, that's what I think will probably happen. So yeah, so anybody who's complaining about this, just calm down, and just wait for the movie. Wait for the movie in a couple years and see what's going on. Because I feel like, yeah, you're just crying because you're just seeing a woman get a main role, or it's not even a main role, it's a side role. She's going to be someone who's a herald for Galactus, but I hope it's a big enough role to have Julia Garner shine in the role. So I very much really like this casting, and there are going to be people out there like these right-wing fandom YouTubers that are going to complain, just to get the views. So yeah, it's expected, but yeah, really love this casting, Julia Garner as Shallla-Bal, Silver Surfer, and it's cool to see her get this big role. And also a couple of things I want to talk about just for a little bit, and one of them is seeing the first picture of John Bernthal as the Punisher in Daredevil Born Again. So yeah, this makes me really happy to see, because John Bernthal, I think he's really good as a Punisher. I only saw the first season. I didn't see the second season, but from what I saw, he was really good. And this is a role that I don't think he really had to come back to, but I just think he really likes the role. And he said before that if they don't make the Punisher violent enough, because you need to make the Punisher in this show violent, and like he was in like his show and in when he premiered in Daredevil season 2, I think. But yeah, he said he wouldn't come back if they were just gonna like neuter him and not have him be as intense. But yeah, looks like they're going this way with Daredevil, which I'm happy to see, because I did not want to see them like neuter Daredevil, the Daredevil show we got in like from Netflix. So I'm glad they're going this way, because they filmed those 5 episodes before. Oh, I guess they changed it around. Now they're like pretty much reshooting it all, and they didn't even have Foggy and Karen in there, and now they're gonna have Foggy and Karen. So it's good to see Deborah Wall, because she was also pictured too, and I've also seen pictures of Foggy, played by Eldon Henson. So yeah, it's great to see them back, and yeah, Kevin Feige, I think just realized, yeah, like what we're doing kind of sucks. We gotta go to back to that Netflix like attitude, that Netflix feel, and that's what they're doing. And with John Bernthal being here, great to see him. So yeah, can't wait for it. I'm sure it's not really gonna come out anytime soon, but yeah, can't wait for it, because yeah, Daredevil on Netflix was really good, and I was happy to see Daredevil in She-Hulk, even though they kind of maybe neutered him a little bit, but I think yeah, I think he'll be good. I like to see him in there. I think he's going to be good, because Charlie Cox knocked out of the park as Daredevil. So yeah, I was happy to see that. And I also saw Ghostbusters finally. So I saw Ghostbusters Frozen Empire late, and this movie was, I wouldn't say that it's that good. I didn't dislike it though. I don't think I didn't hate it, but it wasn't that really that good of a movie. So yeah, and with Ghostbusters Afterlife, what they did with that, I thought was actually good. I would say like the second half of that movie was a little bit too much nostalgia for me, but they wrapped it up really nice at the end. But this one just is not that memorable. Like nothing in it really stood out to me. Even the ending. I think the ending was kind of underwhelming also. But McKenna Grace playing the main character, or I think she's still kind of the main character, playing the granddaughter of Egon. She's still really good. She was really good in the first movie, and she's still really good here. I feel like for the actors, I think they did pretty well in this. I have no flaws with them. Even like Kumail Nanjiani, who I thought like I've grown a little bit tiresome in some like movies. Like I liked him in Eternals, but I think in some stuff, like in Obi-Wan, I didn't really like his character. But I liked his character in this one, so I actually liked him. And but of course, like Paul Rudd in here, I thought was really good. And even like the returning, like Bill Murray, who wasn't in the movie that much. He only popped up for a scene in the middle of the movie, and then I think he comes in at the end. And Dan Aykroyd's in it more. But Dan Aykroyd's actually bad, but he's more passionate about Ghostbusters. I think they're more than anybody on the cast, because he's been harping on for years there being like another Ghostbusters movie, even before the 2014, like the all women one. So yeah, you knew you were gonna see more Dan Aykroyd in here, and Ernie Hudson I thought was good. It's cool they made Ernie Hudson like someone who's kind of running things with the Ghostbusters, and they do expand on what the Ghostbusters are in this, which I thought was pretty cool too. Overall, I just really wasn't a fan of this one. I would probably give like a 5.8 out of 10. That's pretty much what the Rotten Tomatoes score is too. I think that's the percentage of critics that gave it positive reviews. It's like 58 or 56 or something like that. So yeah, I don't think it was really that like really bad, but it wasn't really good. It's kind of like right in the middle. So yeah, and I feel like kids would like it though. I think kids would get a kick out of it. For me, I'm just like, yeah, I wasn't really a fan of it. And also the villain wasn't really anything intimidating. Even like the ending, I thought most of the movie would be like New York frozen, but it really was only the third act of the movie. So yeah, that's one of my other problems also. So yeah, I guess that's enough Ghostbusters talk, but yeah, that's just what I thought about the movie. All right, let's get to Invincible Season 2. And I don't think I've talked about Invincible in here, even Season 1, which I thought was great. The way Season 1 opened, and like with that first episode, and then that mid-credit scene, which set the entire show in motion. Like I thought that was great. It was just like something that was just jaw dropping. You didn't expect something like that to happen, but yeah, when it happened, it was like, wow, we're going there. Like, I kind of feel betrayed. And yeah, so yeah, the rest of the season 1 was really good. The finale was bonkers, great. So yeah, so season 1 of Invincible was great. Season 2 for me wasn't quite as great, but I still thought it was really good. Like, the finale was strong. The finale, which came on this week on Thursday, I thought it was a strong finale. What I really like about the finale is they show you a thought process from Mark Invincible where, yeah, it's just like tormenting him. And I don't want to go into spoilers, but is this something that really shows that, yeah, he does not want to, he's trying not to be like his father, pretty much. So yeah, I'll just leave it as that. I think I've already said too much, but yeah, the episode's great. The finale is great, and showing Engstrom coming back from probably, I think it was like the first episode of the season. So yeah, I think Engstrom was a decent villain for what he had in this season. Voiced actually really good by Sterling K. Brown, but you really understood his motivation going back to the first episode where he has these he comes from like a different universe. Like, it goes into kind of like the multiverse, like not too much where it's gonna get annoying, but it's just like, okay, he's coming from these different universes where he has these different interactions with Invincible and Omni-Man, and it really like goes into his motivation, why he wants to do what he does in this episode, in this show. So yeah, I thought his motivation was great, and it really made the finale really good. And also, this second half of the season was strong in general for me, with episode 7 where we had a Viltrumite come down, and yeah, that was really good. Like, it showed how they are trying to get prepared for Viltrumites to come down, and you have one Viltrumite come down, and everyone's like, yeah, I don't know, we don't know if we can handle this. So yeah, even like Mark was like, yeah, I can't do anything. Oh, he was trying, but he just can't do anything. He also showed like conflict within his mind in this episode also, or in episode 7, where he doesn't want to be like his father, even though he's given permission to be like his father from Cecil. So yeah, I thought episode 7 was great, and even with like there's some of that, like there's a scene that end of the episode which really was heartbreaking. Like, it was just like, yeah, like, you have no other choice but to like go through this right here. Then with episode 5 and 6, with these double conflicts that happen, where you have like half the guardians of the globe go up to Mars, and then you have 3 of them sticking around on Earth. And I thought those double conflicts were great. Just to have them going on at the same time, I thought it really had me on the edge of my seat, and I thought it was great. And definitely episode 5 was a really strong start to the second half of the season. I feel like the first half definitely wasn't quite as strong, especially like the first couple episodes where I couldn't really remember what happened in the first couple episodes, partly because it was split into 2 parts, which I didn't really like that. Like, why would you split this season into 2 parts if you had only 8 episodes? Which, yeah, I didn't like it at all. And at first I thought maybe the animation wasn't finished, and they're trying to finish the animation for the second half of the season. But then I read that like they were at it completed, and then Robert Kirkman said like the viewers needed a break from the first half of the season because it'd be too much on the mind to watch or whatever. He said something like that, which was definitely bullshit. It was definitely bullshit because it was like, no, you're ruining the momentum of the season. And it's like, it's not too much because we've seen other intense episodes of Invincible going for the finale or the first episode of the season 1. So that definitely wasn't the reason. And then I heard speculation that this was Amazon trying to move Invincible, the second of a season, to, I guess, when they have the ad, like the ads showing up on episodes, and they wanted to try to get the ad money from people watching Invincible because it is one of the most popular shows right now on Amazon. And that makes sense. And yeah, if they did it that way, that's kind of sleazy, I guess. Like, why does Amazon need more money? why do they need more money for like ads or whatever? So yeah, it's like $3 extra for having like ad free. So I don't know, but that's what I didn't like about it. But I'm not saying those episodes at the start of the season, the first 2 episodes, weren't good. Like they were good. They were pretty good. Like episode 1 had Engstrom in it, and they had like what he was going through, like the shit he was going through in his other universes. And I think it just would have worked better without the break though. So yeah, it just ruined the momentum having like the first part of the season, or like the first half premiere in December, and then the second half came back in March. So it was like I think it was like a 2-month break. So yeah, I just thought that was dumb. And for these streaming services like Amazon Prime Video or Netflix, please don't do these 2-part seasons anymore. Like it ruins the momentum, and it's just not good. But yeah, I guess it keeps the talk of the shows going. But just release them 8 weeks straight, whatever. But it was a good season. I liked it. It just, for me, I think Invincible season 2 wasn't as impactful as season 1. But yeah, I very much like this season. I would give the first season, for me, as like a 9.5 out of 10. This second season, I would give it an 8.8 out of 10. So yeah, it's a great show overall. I think it was really good. And yeah, can't wait for season 3. So let's get to some spoilers really quickly before my voice runs out. So if you've not seen season 2 of Invincible, I recommend you go away now. So yeah, let's get into these spoilers. So where we left off at the end of season 2 with Omni-Man and Alan coming together, like Alan getting caught by the Viltrumites, which he has a plan because he saw him awake when they took him away at the, like, I think it was like the end of season, like the end of episode 7. But yeah, Omni-Man and Alan just talking with each other, or they're talking through their minds or whatever. That will be an interesting duo, and I assume they're gonna break out at some point. And that, yeah, they gotta, because yeah, Alan is strong. He might be as strong as he might be stronger than a Viltrumite. So yeah, I think that's great. So yeah, but yeah, it's gonna be cool. And yeah, I guess they'll team up with Invincible down the line. I guess they have to, right? Like I haven't read the comics, so I don't really know what's gonna happen. But yeah, they're gonna definitely team up with Invincible because Mark definitely needs help because he is extremely overmatched. Like as a whole, they are extremely overmatched by these Viltrumites because he got smoked. He got smoked by the Viltrumite that came down named Anissa. So yeah, like she's like there was no contest. She smoked him in that fight. And even with like the Guardians of the Globe, and with like the guy, like the Viltrumite who, like, he's like a rebel Viltrumite who made Alan stronger as he is, like his name is like Thetis. Even with them, them teaming up with Thetis and the Guardians of the Globe, I just feel like it's impossible. That's what it seems, but it makes it really interesting, like, and how they could defeat him. So yeah, I have no clue how they would defeat like these Viltrumites. Even kind of like one coming down, like even, or maybe like a couple. They could probably handle one. Like, say if Omni-Man and Alan and Mark and the Guardians of the Globe, like, and they went against like 2 or 3. Like, I guess they would handle them. But man, if they came down with an army, there's no way. And also with Thetis, the rebel Viltrumite, when it looked like he was killing Alan, I was like, no, don't kill off Alan. But then when they brought him back in episode 5, where Thetis said, oh, like, I kind of gambled with your life here. Sorry about that. But I wanted to make you stronger. I was either going to kill you or I was going to make you stronger, and probably stronger than a Viltrumite, I guess. But yeah, I thought that was really cool. So yeah, Alan is ripped. Okay, but there's the one thing I'm kind of critical about with this season, and it comes from the fight that Rex, Duplicate, and Shrinking Ray had with the Lizard League. And those 2 episodes were really good, as I said, with the rest of the Guardians of the Globe up on Mars, and then the 3 of them down on Earth fighting the Lizard League. But it's just how they brought Duplicate back at the end of the season, which, yeah, they showed her still alive and she's with Immortal. And I just thought she should have stayed dead in this. Like, I like her character, but I feel like that episode, or that conflict right there with the Lizard League, I feel like that needed someone to die. It would have really showed the stakes if someone died in that fight. And we thought Duplicate and Ray both went out in that fight. Like when that, I forget the name of that lizard, the big old buff lizard. Like, he took it like Duplicate and smashed her against her duplicate Kate. Like, that was that was extremely violent. And then the way Shrinking Ray went out, where that buff lizard ended up swallowing her, like that was horrifying. I was sick to my stomach watching that. And I thought she legitimately died in that because he had blood coming out of his mouth. I thought like that was probably hers. So yeah, but I was glad when she was still alive because yeah, that was horrifying. And I thought at that moment Ray was the one that died right there. Because in the comics, I think it was Shrinking Ray was the one that died. And Shrinking Ray in the comics was a guy. And he wasn't even, I guess, that much of a character. He was only like a side character. And he like didn't have much to him. And I'm glad they made her in the show more of a character. And then Duplicate had a clone of herself later, I guess. So I thought they made a switch where they had Shrinking Ray still alive, and then Duplicate was the one that died. But I guess not. I thought it would have been cool if they would have changed it up. But yeah, apparently not. But it's really not a big deal to me because I like Duplicate as a character and I want to see more of her. But yeah, I just thought someone probably had to die in that scene to show the stakes of the show. But there's plenty of moments where it shows that there are stakes to the show, and I know probably some of these like other things are about to happen in this show in season 3. Yeah, you're probably gonna see some characters get killed off, and yeah, they're preparing us for that. So yeah, but it was pretty bad with Rex though, getting shot in the head and then taking out the Lizard King, like that was great. So yeah, but yeah, give me your thoughts on season 2 and Invincible as a whole. Because, yeah, I thought season 2 was really good. Season 1 was great. And, yeah, give me your thoughts. Did you have a problem with Duplicate still being alive or Shrinking Ray still being alive and no one dying in that scene? So, yeah, give me your thoughts. And the next time, I'll see y'all later. Rebel out.